I didn't beat anything this week.
That's the first time in a long time.
Loser!
Broke the streak. Blockhead Printing, for all your custom nerdy shirt printing. Cons, parties, or gaming clubs, this is a full-service, badass screen printing company. Check out blockheadprinting.com.
Blockhead Printing got the decals in the mail. Look for that coming up. GCandC
Nice.
decals.
This week, we got very special guest Steph from Not So Nerdy Nerd. In news, we got Harvest Moon, Quicksilver series, lead sales for January, fresh start for Marvel, and Joss Whedon and Batgirl break up. In CBBC, Saga #1. Check it out.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome.
Ooh!
Comically Gaming,
Look at that
episode
hand.
93.
What's different? What's
Holy
different
crap.
about this picture?
I don't know.
Just in the house.
It's like breaking the fourth wall a little bit.
Yep.
What?
Close. Yeah.
Panel crossing.
Yep. We've had a great afternoon so far, great evening. Rock some Imperial Salt, going snowboarding and skiing tomorrow.
Nice.
We're living the life out here.
So jello.
Living life. The so yeah, our weeks this week. My turn to go first this time. I will say, I was super duper busy with work and life and all this stuff. The two big things for me, Monster Hunter World, right? Man, Monster Hunter World, loving it.
Oh yeah.
Loving it to death. So at this point, we're kind of like, it's funny. If I put all the hours that I've put into it just straight into mainlining the story, then I would be a lot farther along. But I'm just having so much fun just when we pop in on Sundays, helping out whoever's furthest behind and just rocking it out, hanging out with the buds, right?
Right.
What I got to say, while we're on Monster Hunter World, Dirk's in the club now. I know your first experience was poor. Are you feeling any better?
Very
about it?
early. No, yeah, I killed a great Jagra and I felt a lot better
Okay.
after
All
that.
What weapons?
They got
you
me
using?
in. What's that?
What weapons do you use?
I have a katana, I believe, right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Super long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's a little unwieldy.
Sure.
I need to switch. I think I just got 2 blades, but I haven't gone on hunting since I did that. So
Yeah, I didn't like the katana.
Yeah.
I'll talk about what I've been doing outside of Monster Hunter when I get to my week. So.
Sure. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, that just kind of went back and read the beginning of Saga, which is the comic book club this week.
Ooh,
Love it. It was
Oh,
great
yeah.
to go back to the first episode.
it was.
Or the first chapter, I should
was.
say. But yeah, really cool. And other than that, just kind of rocking this and that, doing work, doing family, preparing for my onslaught. I got Jeff here this weekend. I got my parents next weekend. Got to get my taxes done.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to do that. Also, you're prepping for possibly a D&D related announcement at some point, huh?
That's true. That is true. I guess, I mean, we'll just go, since you brought it up, we'll just go ahead and,
This is for you, Captain Emo.
yeah, drop it out there.
That's true.
We're going to start the second D&D campaign. We were originally going to wait until we finished Curse of Strahd, but we're actually going to start Season 3, even though Season 2 is already going on, and flip-flop back and forth, right? So I'm going to try and D&D my first ever campaign, and Dirk has to
Oh,
play,
so excited.
right? So look
You're gonna try and DM it.
yeah,
Not
look for...
D&D it.
Yeah, did I say D&D? Did I say D&D? Oh yeah, no, DM it. So the other point that I make, we get a lot of comments about people who it seems like they're checking out D&D for the first time when they watch the Labyrinth Lifers. So you can look, a new season's a good spot to kind of jump in, right?
Perfect.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. And you're about to get some A+ gaming right here, some RPing in this guy right
Nice.
here.
So Corey actually read the handbook now?
What? No?
So
I'm supposed to do that?
and I do feel like I'm going to do a lot of things. I'm going to try a lot of things different, and I think it'll be fun because me and Dirk can kind of learn from each other, right? Like I feel like it's just been all me learning from Dirk at this point, and I'm gonna try and mix it up with some different stuff, and so we can try and do our things differently, see what works best, and kind of morph that as we move along, right?
I'm so excited because you're really going to understand. Once you start doing it, you're going to be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I understand now. It's like peeking behind the curtain and seeing,
Yeah.
the Wizard of Oz.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to Labyrinth Lifers Season 3.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, Corey. What do you got?
Nice. My week. I didn't beat anything this week.
That's the first time in a long time.
Loser.
Broke the streak.
Trash. Hung around with that trash too long.
Been running with the trash too long and it's
Rubbing off. Could smell it.
That's So while I did play a bunch of games, I've still been playing Bayonetta. I'm getting the combat down now. It's fucking hard. I mean, it's way different from like God of War or what's the other one? Devil May Cry. It's all about like combos and mixing your dodges into your combos. So you have to like, it's really hard. You gotta like hold your combo button while you're dodging and then go into the next part. And it's like it's a whole thing you have to do that you have to learn. It's tough. But once you get it down, it's really fun. But it's just intense, and it's not like Doom. It's a game that I don't want to play after I've been working all day, and I just want to chill out. And it's like, it's a fucking intense game, and I have to like really focus on it. So I could have beat it if I focused on it, but I instead I've mainly been playing this basically like anime game, Cyber Dimension, Neptunia, 4 Goddesses Online.
I saw that. I saw you playing it. I was like, it's got to be an anime game.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not great. I mean, I like it. It's just like these 4. Apparently, there's like a series of it. It's the first one I've played, but it's just like these 4 anime chicks that each rule a kingdom, and they're playing an online game together. It's basically just running through dungeons, hack and slashing monsters, and then fighting big bosses, and then having like conversations in town in between. But it's real chill. It doesn't take any. It's not intense like Bayonetta, and I can sit there and play it for an hour and just chill out. But it's all right. I'm pretty far in it.
Is it like standard dungeons? Like what's the gameplay? Is it like, I'm thinking of like Sword Art Online or something where it's a big open area and whatnot? Or is it?
It's like Sword Art Online. I mean, there's a mini map with, you can see the dungeon, there's trails you can go down to, and there's just monsters spread throughout with chests and just kind of hacking. There's a bunch of different moves you learn as you level up, and there's different equipment you get and stuff. I mean, it's just kind of like a basic action RPG type thing with dungeons, but it's alright. And then obviously I played a bunch of Monster Hunter. Kind of took a break because I'm way ahead of everybody else, and I'm kind of waiting for everybody to catch up. So hopefully we'll all be on the same page tonight after we play.
We probably won't be playing tonight.
Oh yeah.
we gotta go. We gotta get up early.
Tight schedule.
Hit the
I
slopes.
might. I don't know. Let's see.
Maybe next week. But, and then for the stream, I just did the stream. I played the first hour of the South Park Fractured Butthole.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It's pretty funny, man. Just watching it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's funny. It's cool. It's good. It's mainly just about the humor, I would say, so far. I mean, that it's cool. It's like 3D, 2D. It's just like the show.
The graphics are dead on. Yeah. I mean, it looks like you are playing in the show.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And just funny humor. There's every time you go to somebody's toilet in their house, there's a toilet challenge. You gotta press all the different buttons to take a poop in their toilet, and there's different difficulty levels. for each toilet, and that my costume. I'm a superhero. I wear a bra on my head as my helmet right now. But the combat's pretty
Weird
cool.
sign.
It's pretty funny. I definitely want to beat it. I'm gonna try and beat this other game I'm playing first, and I gotta beat Bayonetta, but that's on the list. So definitely like it. Other than that, anime. Started watching ReZero. It's a really good show. Everybody talks about it who watches anime.
ReZero?
Yeah, it's like fantasy. It's like an adventure type anime. But I don't know. It's really good.
So
Go on.
I'm sorry, I forgot from my part. You got into anime. I watched the first episode of Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah.
How'd you like the art style?
It's awesome. It is
Yeah,
so
it's awesome.
cool. I could not. It
Told you.
really blew me away. My favorite since I started watching anime, because you guys went down this path, bring me another nerdy genre that I wasn't into before, and it's my favorite. Episode
Yeah.
one, anyways.
Awesome.
I'm only one episode in, but
Yeah, I'm the
just-
same.
good.
I haven't gone further, but yeah, that art style is so. It's almost like a horror version of 60s psychedelia. Like
Yeah.
it's just very intense shit.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the whole thing's like that. It's great. I mean, if you like the first episode, you'll like the whole series.
Awesome.
I loved it. And then still watching Darling in the Franxx. Just watched the newest episode of that. And Citrus. And
I have it on my queue.
other than that, I read the part 4 of the Batman Super Friends. Part with him and Wonder Woman. I need to read the latest issue, but that's the only comic I read. I need to catch back up on comics. That's it, though. That's my week.
Fly on a plane, you can catch up on all the comics.
Yep,
Yep.
that's the truth. We had a huge comic book sale this weekend, so I went crazy. Yeah, just like that.
That's my presence.
So Nate should be into this. I got this. This is
Nice.
normally $50. I got it for 15,
Nice.
and then
Still doesn't beat the penny sale.
no, it doesn't. This
Four?
is normally 50, and I got it for $3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Joe Kubert. And then I got Joyride, which I might do as my CBBC. I got God Shaper. And then I got this, which Corey and I talked about. You know, I'm in Corey's boat. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I got like 2 issues into it, and I was like, I can see sort of intellectually why people might take to it, but I just didn't fall for it.
Interesting.
And I'm going to sell this, or if somebody else wants it, if any of the viewers out there, if you want it, I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it either. Everybody says it's great. And,
Oh, the guy
really-
at the comic book shop, when I picked it up, he's like, yeah, Divine. And I was like, I'm going to try it out. And I got home, and I was just bored. I was just
Maybe.
like struggling to read it.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Maybe
yeah.
it looks better or something. I don't know.
Just didn't hold. It didn't have any sort of emotional pull. But this, Volume 3,
That's what I
Killer
thought.
Be Killed. And I cannot put this down. I'm already through 3 issues. I'll be done soon, and then I'll have to just start getting single issues, I guess. But just amazing, amazing series. Single issue stuff. I read another Snagglepuss. I read
Are those good? Are those good
Huh?
enough to keep reading?
Snagglepuss is better.
Yeah?
The second issue is better. Yeah,
Okay.
they go into like the communist Red Scare and they go into McCarthyism and
50s.
yeah, McCarthyism and like treatment of homosexuals in the 50s. It's crazy. It's a crazy comic book based in the Hanna-Barbera universe. I read the 2 Deadpools, which were awesome. That series continues to be awesome. But the best thing I read was Thor 704. That's just they're getting ready to end that series, so you can see it. It's Jason Aaron, has to be the best writer that Marvel has right now, and I'm pretty sure he's going to take over the Kingdom now that Bendis is gone. They're going to hand the keys to him and let him do it.
Yeah, I need to
And then games. So I guess I wanted to pit these two games against each other because y'all were talking about it so much last week. So I got Shovel Knight and Celeste, and I played them back and forth to kind of get a feel and see which one out of the two.
Let me guess.
Listen, okay, so first off, I love Shovel Knight. I played through, I think I'm on the second boss, I think. I don't remember the name of the boss. And I loved Celeste. I'm on stage 3 of Celeste. I have to give the nod to Celeste.
Yeah.
This is why. Celeste feels like I'm sure Shovel Knight might get into this later, but Celeste feels like a game that I have not played before. I mean, it's a platformer,
Right.
but it gets into some really weird sort of mechanics and storyline and everything else. It's just very strange, just completely unique on its own, besides being very fucking hard.
Yeah, Shovel Knight's not like that. Shovel Knight is like just a really good new platformer. With a surprisingly good story, but it's not.
And that's the feeling I got.
It's not fresh. It's just quality.
Yeah, you see, when you play through enough of Celeste, you'll get that feeling like like it's the same sort of. It just feels like it's its own thing, like brand new.
Awesome.
Sort of haven't been covered before in games. And then the last thing I've been watching or listening to a lot of web DM. For anybody that's about to DM, or if you're curious about DMing or just general lore in Dungeons & Dragons, that series is, to me, the best thing in terms of information that I've ever heard. I mean, they go into everything. They go into everything from werewolves, how to handle lycanthropes in your adventure, to halflings, to dwarven history. I mean, they do everything on that show. So,
how about if somebody in your party wanted to be a drow?
They probably would. I don't know if they've handled it yet, but that's definitely a subject. Yeah, that's definitely a subject that they would cover. I think they do talk about an Underdark adventure, so maybe they cover it in there. But
they would have to if they talk about the
Underdark. Awesome show, man. Check it out.
I'll put it on the list.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's my week.
I'll put it on the list too. So this week, I jumped on a little airplane, ended up at Nate's house, bought presents.
Whoa!
Didn't have a whole lot of time this week. It flew by, played some Monster Hunter World, and I did pick up an FM transmitter that connects Bluetooth to my phone, so I started listening to Digital and Dice podcast.
Oh, nice.
It's good stuff. It really is. It's a nice little hour, a little over an hour segment, and it's definitely. I'll check out your web DM so I can alternate.
I think you would like that a lot. Yeah, I don't think you have to be a DM to listen to it. It's great. It's great for.
Is it just on YouTube?
Web DM?
Yeah.
It might be. It might be just on YouTube. I'm not seeing it in
iTunes, anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
You use YouTube for it?
I have YouTube Red, so I put it on and turn my phone off.
All right.
So then on the plane, I read Saga 1. Didn't know that you probably shouldn't read Saga in a public environment with kids.
We'll cover that image later.
We'll come, yeah. I finished, I read Realm number 5. I read Old Man Logan versus Deadpool number 5. I read Marvel 2-in-1 number 3. And
how's that?
I don't know. It wasn't as good as the first two.
That's what I heard.
But it's okay. But it's just, I don't know. It felt more like a filler for something later. And then I started reading Volume 1 for Jessica Jones Unchained or Uncaged. That's what it's called. It's called
That's the series we're reading right now.
Okay.
It's the volume of it, the compendium, so to speak.
Okay. So I started
Yeah.
doing that.
It's
and,
awesome, right?
So far, it's good. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
After watching a Netflix show, I can hear her voice now in my head
Yep.
as I read it. And
Right.
played Imperial Assault tonight.
What do you think?
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
fun. If I had more folks that were local, I would definitely buy it and play it out.
I wish, man.
Well, y'all need to move up here.
Here we
Both
go.
y'all. Both y'all.
She can't hear,
Once
unfortunately.
we're making millions off of our GCandC, then
Oh, man.
we can all get a penthouse someplace here.
That would be the dream. Buying a house with GCandC money.
And I did notice this week with all our new friends and subscribers that a lot of people are starting to play Doki Doki. It seems like I've seen a lot.
What? I didn't see that.
A lot of people doing Doki Doki Let's Plays.
A lot of gameplay. Yep, a lot of Let's Plays Doki Doki. So
That's awesome.
So that's my week. I'm really jet lagged. So yeah.
Well, it's only 1 hour, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. The hell kind of thing is that? It's like the Wild West, Eric.
News of the week. Number 5. Harvest Moon creators' new game, Little Dragons Cafe, announced.
So,
I'm the one that threw this on here. Anybody else care about Harvest Moon?
no.
Why'd you go for it then, Jeff?
Because I ran out of time. I literally ran out of time.
You guys ever play?
No.
I've never even heard of it.
And reading it looks lame as hell.
It does not look lame as hell. It looks sweet as hell.
Well,
It looks like it. Yeah, it looks like one of those games that Jeff vomits from
So
trying to play.
It's basically Harvest Moon is the first and precursor to like Stardew Valley. So
Right.
it was, farming game, right? Where
Yeah.
you essentially wake up, water your crops,
Oh,
right? Go like buy some chickens, get some eggs, take them
sounds
to the
like
market.
Animal Crossing.
It's way better than Animal Crossing in my mind. I've always been bored with Animal Crossing. But Harvest Moon, I really liked. So
That is awesome.
so, anyways, the thing that what happened is that they had an issue where the original creator doesn't own the rights to it anymore. So, like the last 4 or 5 games have not been good. And,
Because it started out not being good.
no, it started out being great, and so they this is from the original creator, and like it says, Little Dragon Cafe. So you run a cafe, you've got a dragon, you also have daily tasks, things to do. It sounds great.
No, it's
Kobayashi.
Yeah, sounds interesting.
Fantastic.
I do say I've never played Harvest Moon, but I do like Stardew Valley, so I might check it out. It comes out on Switch, so I might get it on the Switch. It'd be a good Switch game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got that same kind of just relaxing, go through
Right.
the day, do some stuff. Like,
Just yawning.
Yeah. Coming late summer 2018.
Oh.
Number 4. Quicksilver speeds
Yeah.
into solo series. From the writer of Black Bolt.
Nice.
Saladin
Ahmed. Yeah.
So,
I'm not even that huge of a Quicksilver fan. Like, not as much as he's saying he is. But Black Bolt was so awesome. And that's actually wrapping up. So, with issue 12. So, this is going to be like a 5-issue miniseries. And it has to do with Quicksilver being caught in a world where time seems to stand still randomly.
yeah.
And he has to deal with that.
even for him?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he meets people that are in this frozen world or whatever. People, yeah. So
So are you
Like I
conscious
said-
of his standing still?
I don't know.
Yeah, interesting.
Reading the notes that I got,
Because
but
if you're
he's
not
such a
conscious,
great
it
writer.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But
You have to talk
yeah,
to
I've heard
Sal.
Black Bolt was awesome. So
Yeah, it is. So I'm excited about this. And I tried to get Abbott #1, his series that's set in Detroit in the 70s, but it was sold out each time I went to the store.
Need to find a new store in a new state.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Japan takes over the U.S. video game sales for January with Monster Hunter World and Dragon Ball FighterZ in the lead sales.
It's because Monster Hunter World is the best.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's great. It's so cool that these can go and elbow in, push, Call of Duty out of the way, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It
Like,
is awesome.
make some room for themselves, because just I can't speak to Dragon Ball, Dirk. We've talked about how we're going to play that once we can both pick it up for $20 or whatever.
Yeah.
Fighting games are what they are, and to be honest, I don't have a Dragon Ball history, but
Right.
but Monster Hunter World, man, we had 3 giant monsters
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
other in the
Yeah,
middle where
three-
we were.
Three
Yeah.
monsters.
It's just such a unique experience that feels
very
like
different.
It feels like an ecosystem that's going on whether you're there or not.
Right.
And then just
Yeah.
the times where we chill and go, just fish and craft and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so much fun. So really cool to see that like kicked off like in a major way, and hopefully it brings kind of, I don't know, more variety to the AAA games that we get.
Well,
Right.
what I like
Yeah.
is it's so easy. Once you figure out their system, it's so easy that you can just jump in with everybody and then map out your quests and help each other out.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
And it's awesome.
In the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time you play, like last night I was thinking like, all right, these monsters aren't going to get me much anymore because I'm ahead of everybody. There's really no point in gathering these monster materials. And then every time I play, it's just awesome. Like, I was in my wingsuit and I jumped off this cliff. I was flying way above, and then there's a flying monster that we were fighting, and I jumped on top of him midair and then just got on his back. It was so fucking awesome. I was like, yes, that was so cool.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've ever done that. Like, it's great. So, great games.
Oh yeah.
The,
and as soon as you learn the controls and you start learning to use it or the terrain to your advantage, you've learned different moves that are there. You just had to hit the right combo
At the right time.
at the right
right.
time, and it's. I mean, me and
Great.
Corey, we picked up our Ryu gear, and we're crushing barrels.
Yeah.
Nice.
Crushing. Yeah. I mean,
4.5 minutes. Just
4.5
destroying
minutes. Yeah, we almost got the A rating both times. He couldn't even stand up. Every time he'd get on one foot, we'd knock him right back over.
That's awesome.
So,
It really also feels like it seems at first really simple, like you have 2 attacks
Yeah.
and just run around whacking things.
Yeah.
And I'm still feel like even this past week, like I'm learning new combinations and stuff. So I can't say enough about Monster Hunter.
It's I like how, just from the outside, the few times that I played, the battle system is so different. I was kind of disarmed by it at first because I was like, this takes a while, But then Jeff, I think, put it into perspective. He's like, you're fighting, or it was Corey, I think.
Yeah.
You're fighting a monster. I mean,
Right.
think about it that way. Like,
Right.
it's going to take a long time
yeah,
to kill
you're a
this thing.
human. Fighting
Yeah.
a monster
Yeah.
Right.
3 times your size.
And
When
if
you-
you're using a
with the
heavy
sword.
weapon, it's going to take longer to swing. That's
Right.
why
Yep.
dual blades is the best way to go starting out because it's quick and you can move around and learn the feel of the game overall. Then you
Totally
can
gonna
use
do
a
it.
different weapon.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
Marvel getting a fresh start.
Whatever that means.
How many
May
fresh starts is this
2018.
in the past year?
I don't know,
I
5.
thought they stopped doing this.
Did you watch the trailer for it?
No, I
Apparently
did.
Walking the halls of Marvel, no one's ever been this excited for all new writers, all new series. It's a huge year for Marvel.
You know what this is? It's because Bendis left. This is like them saying, we don't need him. Look.
Yeah,
You think?
yeah.
Well, didn't
Bendis
they
left.
get like a
and-
new VP or something as well within the
Yes.
past month or whatnot?
Axel Alonso
Right.
left. And now I don't remember his name. The guy that faked that he was Asian. Is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is it. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel like if this is, his fresh start, then that's fine. But enough with the fresh starts. Like I think we've said over and over
Legacy,
again.
it seems like Legacy literally just started.
Yeah,
Like,
it does. Yeah.
Are they going back to the new old numbering, or are we going to go back to like
number 1?
22 versus 286?
Everything's restarting at number 1.
Very confusing. Thanks, Marvel.
Number 1, coming out May 2018. Same month as the Avengers, so that might be part of the reason too. Who knows? But seriously, enough of these fresh starts. I actually like a lot of the new books right now. Stop restarting everything.
Yeah.
Fuck.
My problem with Marvel over the past couple of years has been that the storylines are too short.
Yeah.
I want some depth to the story. I want big arcs, right? Like you can't do that if you keep rebooting it.
Yeah, I mean, I get it once every 5-10 years or whatever, like, to give, it is intimidating jumping into a series midway through, and every great once in a while, I mean, it might be nice to restart to try and get some new readers, but it loses its effect when you're doing it 3 times a year.
Yeah.
I mean, then you're just pissing people off, everybody you picked up on the last new start. So, it's just, yeah.
They've been doing better about keeping artists and writers together, though. I've noticed that. Like Black Bolt, Jessica Jones, Thor. They've all had the same artist with the writer. So keep doing that, but this recess shit has got to go.
There haven't been many crossovers, but I felt like we just hadn't got far enough into Legacy to start hitting the crossovers yet. Now they're restarting again, so who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 1. Joss Whedon exits the Batgirl movie. He said he couldn't come up with a story in the
Couldn't say that's bullshit.
It's probably because DC is like, you need to fix it, and you almost fixed Justice League, so work your magic.
No. I'll tell you what it is. It's all that drama that went down in his personal life.
Yeah.
And the fact that he can't... I don't know if he's like thinking about the eruption that would happen with him helming a female lead in a movie. Yeah. Judging by what he already, like, all this shit that happened, I'm thinking he's thinking about, like, pull the parachute, and get out.
Right, and I've seen like 3 articles that say Batgirl deserves a woman director, in not Joss Whedon and all this too. So
I think he just didn't want to deal with.
Yeah, I think he's scared.
Yeah. Because he's hyper creative.
Right. He
him
could
not
have came
to
up
think
with a story.
Yes, after a year of thinking about it, absolutely.
That's interesting. Yeah. I didn't think about that at all until you guys just said it. Yeah. And it's really, to me, really disappointing. That was the DC movie I was looking forward to the most out of everything that was on the slate. So, bummer that that's not a thing.
Yeah, I was hyped for it because I love his movies. But
but it's not like he can't write a story for a lead female.
No, he's I mean,
yeah,
exactly. Buffy's fantastic.
Yeah.
Right. But, yeah.
Bummer.
Sad.
That's it.
Hey everybody, welcome back. So this week we have the honor of a special guest. We have Steph from Not So Nerdy Nerd.
What's up?
What's up? So how you doing, Steph? Do you want to talk about your channel real quick?
Yeah, sure. So it's a fairly new channel. Well, I should say it's an old channel, but I recently redid the whole thing. So my background originally was fitness stuff because at the time I was a personal trainer, but that's been gone for about 2 years now. So I'm a stay-at-home mom of a toddler, and I needed something to do other than talk to a 2-year-old all day. So I thought this was a good way that I could do that and still be at home with her. So in thinking about what I was going to do with my channel, just kind of toying around with ideas, I think it was when we saw the latest Alien movie, maybe. Okay. I came out of it making like the dumbest comments about one character's hair and this or that. And my husband's like, why don't you just make that your channel? Because you have these like really odd viewpoints on stuff. Why don't you just go with that? So that's kind of how Not So Nerdy Nerd came about. I don't have the background, especially I love superhero stuff, just love it. But I don't have the background knowledge of comic books. Mm-hmm. So I just thought that would be I'm sure there's an audience and other people out there who are in a similar position where they may not know all the details and that kind of thing, but still love the movies and that kind of thing. So I also incorporate some parenting stuff just because that's such a main focus of my life too, but trying to weave like nerdiness into parenting and all that kind of stuff. So that's generally what my channel is.
That's awesome. Actually, that's an awesome segue, and because my first question it revolves around the evolution of your channel's focus. So that's great. You wouldn't. So are you still trying to find out what content works for you, or have you found your
niche
flow? Yeah, your niche. Thank you, and just go with it. And congratulations on 300 subscribers.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so excited when that happened. Yeah, I don't really think I'm super set on the content yet. I feel like as much as I want to have a much bigger channel, now is such a good time to kind of explore where I want to go with it. And like I said, being a mom and having such a young kid with one on the way, it's hard for me to get out to the movies. So as much as I would love my channel to focus on that, just logistically, I just have too much mom guilt to send my kid to my parents to watch as many movies as I want to. So for right now, I think just having a mix of things is kind of working. And then when I'm in a different position, we'll see what happens and kind of see what people are responding to. So I think right now I'm just kind of exploring, but I don't want to make it too broad where my channel seems all over the place. So I'm really trying to stick to just maybe like 3 main focuses. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely. So
For sure.
I gotta ask, what's the story with Chris Evans? I've been watching a lot of your videos, but I don't know if I missed something somewhere along the line. I did see the guy who called you a stalker. I saw that. I thought that was funny. And I'm actually
my favorite comments.
right, and I actually am enjoying all the different shirts at this point. Like I look forward to the next videos to see what's up. So I just had to ask.
There's really not. You didn't miss anything in any explanation in any videos. It's just kind of like something silly. I thought would be funny to do. Sure. A lot of what I do on there, I mostly just chuckle to myself, and I feel like, well, maybe 1 or 2 other people will laugh at it too. And my cousin, who's 17, so she has a better excuse for being into it than me. We both just love him as a person because you don't hear a lot of nonsense that swirls around him.
Sure.
So I appreciate that as an actor. And I just love him as Captain America and then just other roles that he's had. So I just liked Chris Evans a lot. Nice. And so for Christmas, I gave my cousin, I found this shirt that has like, I don't even know, 50 of his faces all over it. And in developing my channel, I thought it would be kind of funny. I'm like, maybe I should just get this shirt too. And then it kind of evolved into, well, let's just put on a different Chris Evans face with each shirt in each video. And that's kind of what's happened.
Awesome. Perfect. It worked. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was great. That's funny.
That's awesome.
Nice. So I guess my question was, what made you decide to become a YouTuber? I guess you said you started with fitness videos.
Yeah.
Is it just a hobby? You're just doing it for fun? You're trying to get rich off of it? Why did you become a YouTuber?
Well, like I mentioned, I used to be a personal trainer, and before that, I was actually a teacher for 12 years. So I've kind of done a few things, and neither of which I'm going to go back to. Like, I know that for sure. So
right.
And being home with my daughter, again, it was kind of just something like, I need something to do for me. And I kind of went into it thinking like this would be a job. So it's, I kind of put a lot of time and focus into it because I would like to eventually make money. I mean, that's my goal, is to be able to have this more than a hobby, but actually as a job.
Us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Self-staining. I didn't even think about that before Nate brought it up to me. I didn't know it was a possibility. It's like, what? So I still have trouble grasping that.
We know.
I do too.
Right.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate the diversity of topics on your show. This is kind of a heavy hitter question. I hope it doesn't. But how long do you usually take to get ready for the show? And then what kind of show prep would you suggest for those just starting out?
It's funny. Every once in a while, I can knock out a video pretty quickly. But generally, well, especially lately, since I've been a lot more focused on the channel and putting more time into it, it does take me. Geez, I should have timed it out because I'm kind of curious myself because it takes a lot longer than I originally thought it would.
Write-off. Tax write-off.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely keep track of all that stuff. But yeah, you know, when I kind of like originally have an idea, I will spend time just taking notes on it and brainstorming on it. And having a teaching background has helped me actually because within the last like 2 or 3 videos, I've kind of reformatted and restructured how I do it. And each time now, I almost do it like a lesson plan. Like I have like main topics I want to hit and that keeps me focused, and then I do bullet points under that. So as I'm doing my video, I will stop, check off, okay, I did that, just that I'm not forgetting anything. And I know some people feel better actually writing a script out, but when I tried to do that, I felt too much pressure and I didn't come off as natural, and I'd rather just like have diarrhea of the mouth and go back and edit out what doesn't work than feel like it's forced and it just being really awkward to listen to. Because I look back at some of my early ones where I had more of a script, I was just like, ooh, this is pretty cringeworthy. So I like put out almost like a lesson plan.
That's
and
awesome.
that takes I mean, at least an hour, I would say. And then editing, for sure, is a couple of hours.
Yes. For sure.
But I think,
For sure.
I mean, that's something else I didn't think would take as long as it does. I'm like, okay, my kid's napping. I'm going to finish this video. No, I get maybe half done of what I expected.
Yeah.
But for anyone starting out, I think you definitely need a lot more time than you think for prep and getting it done. And it's worth investing that time because you want to have a nice product at the end. So I definitely think it's worth putting in that time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, so let everybody know where they can find you all around the internet. You know, the YouTube channel. We do this as a podcast as well, so to those people as well. You know, Twitter, Instagram, whatever you want to share, feel free.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, so my YouTube is Not So Nerdy Nerd because I'm kind of a nerd, but not totally. I don't have a Facebook page for that yet or anything like that. I'm not really too big into Facebook. Maybe eventually I'll have that, but you can mostly find me on Twitter, Instagram, and a little bit of Snapchat, all under Raggedy Girl, which is RAGGETYGIRL. And that's a Doctor Who reference for anyone who's questioning that.
Nice.
Awesome.
You can find me there.
All right, great. And we'll put all the links in the description of the video. So if you're watching this on YouTube, go down to the description, click on Steph's stuff, subscribe, follow, do all the junk.
I like that Steph stuff. I like that. That's awesome.
Steph stuff.
That is sweet.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's been a good
thank
time.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really great. This was fun.
Yep, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Steph.
Thank you.
All right, so once again, we appreciate and thanks to Steph from Not So Nerdy Nerd. Don't forget you can follow her at Raggedy Girl on Twitter and check out her channel.
She's
Yeah,
awesome.
Really
Links in
good
the
stuff.
description. Links in the description.
Links in the description.
Yeah.
So this week we had a community question. And instead of asking a question and reading responses, I posted 2 polls, one on Facebook and one on Twitter. And the question was, what comic book / superhero movie are you looking forward to for the summer blockbuster kickoff? Now keep in mind, New Mutants got rescheduled back to October, so they're out of the running. Of the,
I thought it was like February 2019.
Is it that long? I don't know.
Yeah,
Something's
I think
being
it's
pushed.
2019. Yeah.
So the 3 choices, I put Deadpool, Infinity Wars, and Ant-Man on Twitter. And yes, I misspelled Ant-Man.
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 Got some heat.
Ant-Man. So if it was a deadlock for a while, but it looks like with 20 votes between the two, Infinity Wars won by 1 vote.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Deadpool came in second.
Wow.
Most of the comments were about that I misspelled a word. And then our Facebook group, again, it was pretty deadlocked for a while. And again, Avengers won out with 8 votes. Deadpool came in with 6 votes. Ant-Man and Wasp got 1 vote. And then I threw in Solo, even though I know it's not a comic book receiver. No one voted for Solo.
Wow.
That's interesting. You know?
That
That
is
is.
interesting.
Yeah.
Adam, a.k.a. Lumberjack, said he would have voted for all but Deadpool with 1 vote because I'll get the wife to watch it. And then Chris from Blockhead Printing,
Yeah.
he said he's equally excited to see Deadpool and Infinity Wars. Ant-Man is also tied with Solo. Most important thing to remember is that this year is the great year for comic book movies.
It is. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
And those were the comments. So this leads us to the next week's question. It's something we just discussed, but what are your thoughts about Marvel rebooting again?
Sure, it's going to be really positive responses.
Yeah.
For sure.
Okay, and it's that part of the show where we give it back. This week, we keep on getting just piles of subscribers. We're so appreciative to everybody who's been joining up with the GCandC adventure. Thank you so much to all our new subscribers
Love you.
this week.
Love
Yep,
you.
those of you who have YouTube channels, and we go in there, check them out. These are kind of some of the ones that we think are worth your time. So
Let's
if
share
these
their
people,
subs.
yeah, these people supported us this week. Please go support these people as well. The links to all these channels will be in the description of the YouTube version of this week's show. So
Sometime.
please, yeah, go down there. And if you also are a YouTuber, these are people who are active supporters out there doing this thing. We're all a big community. Click these people. Subscribe. Let's do it. Let's party.
Join
So-
like Voltron.
Exactly. So this week, I got Mark Herrick, Zachary D. Green, 69, Zipkey, Broke Joke Gaming, Mrs. Winged Lover, Star Killer 636 Games, a Crazy Video Game Geek.
Yeah. I got to Die Once More, Funkstar, Dovahkiin Daddy-O, Anti-Blah, Two Gun Pixie, Van Danksing, Hades Spady and Walker J. Johnson, and NES Journey.
I gotta say, I spent a lot of time with NES Journeys page. Really cool stuff. Just want
Yeah.
to throw that out there.
Nice.
I got a Gamer's Genie, which not many young gamers know what the Game Genie was.
Right?
Swisher Fisher, Dodnator, Shadap Productions.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Shadap Productions. Mob 2 Official, Bone Plays, and Master Effect, or Affect.
Yep.
Yeah, and I got Code Iron.
Yeah, he was checking out the stream.
Yeah, I noticed
Nice.
that.
Nice.
Yeah. Angry Devil Entertainment, Trip 6, Nene Meow,
I think that's Meow.
Meow.
Meow,
You
Nene
got-
Meow.
If you are missing some cat videos in your life, that's
Go
the place.
check
to
out.
go.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's where I
There
need
you
to go.
there.
Nene, I'm going there.
Cuddle up with Tony, and you're good.
Yeah, me and Tony will watch that. Global Gamers, Replay, Insane Scyther Gaming, and JR Vlogs.
All right. So yeah, thank you so much to all of you for subscribing this week.
It's
The-
crazy.
We do a little thing here on the show where we do Name of the Week. It's a prestigious award that goes down in history. So this is based on nothing to do with the content, only the names that you chose for your channels this week. I think for me, there are a lot of really good ones.
Man,
I think I'm with Dirk.
Dovahkiin Daddio?
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that, man.
I like Broke Joke Gaming.
Okay.
All right. I like Van Danksing.
That's what.
Yeah, that was my
gonna
second
be
place.
That
Yeah.
was my second pick as well. But
Yeah.
Daddy-O, congratulations
Wow.
for your prestigious award.
Dovahkiin.
All right. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. We're about to go into the comic book club, which will be a full spoilers discussion. This week was my choice. I went down to, I think, what we will all agree is the greatest comic running right now.
Yeah.
Yes?
Not just running.
Maybe ever. Okay.
Maybe
I'm with
ever.
you. Yeah. So
I say ever.
Saga. And
Yeah.
want to start with just to kind of start off the conversation, number 1 or chapter 1 as they call it. And I think maybe in the future we'll give it a few months and then get current on Saga, come back to it, so to speak.
Yeah.
But before we do that, because it's a full spoilers discussion, if you're going to be taken off, you really should go get Saga Chapter 1, read it, come back, watch the rest
Don't
of the
read
show.
it on a plane, no. Don't read it in public.
So,
Or at daycare. Not a good idea.
so if you're taking off, thank you very much for watching. This has been Comically Gaming, episode 93. You
CBBC
can
next week.
Next
Oh,
week,
what's
CBBC.
the
Yeah.
next one, Corey? What's the next one?
Oblivion Song. It's Kirkman's new book.
It'll be in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Number
Okay.
1.
You read it yet, or are you gonna wait?
Doesn't come out till that week.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, so we're all under the gun.
It'll be the first week it's out, so it should be a hot topic. It's
Cool.
The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Robert Kirkman's new
Nice.
book, number 1.
Nice. So again, if you're checking out, just so that you know, we post everything we do on our Patreon page. That's over at patreon.com/GCandC.
Dirk, what are you doing? And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at GCandC. And
Yeah.
thank you to Fred Thomas for opening music and Xee Reiter for our awesome logo. But also, we want to thank Dirk, who just updated the banner logo on our Twitter
Yeah,
page.
that's right.
And it's super
Check
dope.
out that artwork. I've been busting my ass on that. I think I spent like 5-6 hours in between the last 2 days.
More like
but
20. But
It's awesome.
open for commissions too, if anybody wants them out there.
I didn't want to say that without you saying it, but yeah, really quality stuff. Check out what Dirk did for us. I'm pretty sure we're all going to have this, our profile pics all over everything for the next few weeks and whatnot.
once I get, yeah.
Yeah, so check that out. It really blew me away, Dirk. Thank you.
That was
Thank
awesome.
you.
That turned out really
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Vectors are awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, y'all.
All right, so that's been it. Comically Gaming episode 93. Stay tuned for the Saga discussion. Okay, so here it is.
Here it is.
CBBC Saga number 1.
Yeah.
Full spoilers.
Full spoilers. So, Jeff, this was your first time reading it, right?
Yes.
You're the only one of us who's in that situation. So
Yeah.
I'm curious what's your impressions?
I
first of
liked
all?
it. I really liked it.
Yeah.
I actually read, volume 1, which is the first 6, but the first one grabs you because you start out with Elena.
Yeah.
I say
Alana.
Alana,
Yeah, giving birth. And then there's little side writings in each of the couple of the panels, and it takes you a while to figure out who's actually writing those.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
pretty
Hazel.
cool. Yeah, Hazel.
Hazel.
And no, it's interesting. Definitely, you don't want to read it on a plane in public because you're like, well, okay, this is where we're going. But it's
Talking about the robot scene or the breastfeeding?
well, just the breastfeeding because that's like
I feel like the robot scene was a lot first.
Yeah, the robot scene was a lot. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, let me just read through these really quick. And,
I forgot about that one. And
I'll stare
Vanessa
at the
sitting
picture.
next to me. I was like, oh.
but no, it's interesting. I like it's interesting to see where it goes. But
I just think also just like super awesome right out off the bat. You like Alana and Marco's characters. They're
Yeah.
so strong, right?
Yep.
Right from
Right.
day
Yep.
one, and before they even kind of explain what's going on with them, when that whole fight breaks out right around them, and they're just sitting there right in the middle of everything, and it was funny. Like at some point, Hazel's comment is like, or maybe it wasn't Hazel, maybe it was Alana, like that. The 80% of her time on Earth has been in a firefight.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome going back to it from was from being current to going back to number one. I actually did it like a couple months ago. I restarted and read it back from number one because I had fell behind and I wanted to just restart and read all the way up to current. And it's like the second time around, you fall like more in love with them reading the first issue. Like it's just like, oh my god, I love them so much. Like,
it's just rereadable.
So
It's a rereadable story.
Like,
yeah.
it's I mean, the characters in that are what make it. I mean, the villains, the even the villains are you love.
Yeah.
Like
the first time Lion Cat says lying, at the time that I read that through the first time, that wasn't that big of a deal. And now it's like,
and
like,
now your shirt makes more sense because he had your Lion Cat shirt.
Yeah,
I was like,
Cat.
oh, okay,
Yep.
is that where that came from? All right. That was awesome.
Is he in issue number one?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because it starts out with the Will getting the contract to.
Yeah, he calls out the people, the lady, the unicorn lady who's giving the contract out.
Yeah,
he calls her out lying like right off the bat.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and then she brings it around, and I forget what it was, but something about the contract made the Will say that this doesn't give me any incentive to do it quickly. Yeah. And then she goes, well, that's why we hire multiple people. And she looks right at Lion Cat and says, am I lying about that? She just kind of mumbles.
Yeah. I think my favorite, besides, I mean, like you guys said, the characters are just so impactful and immediate. But Fiona Staples' storytelling is just unparalleled. I mean, it grabs you immediately. The visuals are so clean and so emotive. Their faces. And the situations that she draws them in, it just carries over to the reader really well. Another thing I noticed is I love that she uses animals as characters a lot.
Yeah.
You know, you get like the monkey person. You know, you get
the monkey person.
I don't want to say characters coming later, but
Do you mean the monkey, the snitch?
Yeah, the snitch.
They called the security guards, but then called the other vilks and the magic users show up. Looks like Marco's people.
Right. Yeah, it's just...
Yeah, it's definitely the blend of her with MKV. I mean, it's his books are great by themselves. Like, why is one of my favorite books, but you combine him with her art, and it just takes it to a new level. It becomes the best thing ever. So,
the combination to me of those excellent characters, and then the situations they get put in, right? So they're running to try and get to the forest of rocket ships or whatever, and then when they get there, it's all on fire from some gigantic crazy monster, and then they turn around and I love how even at the end it ends with them kissing each other, and then the background is full of eyes. Right? Like just so cool. Everything, constantly moving and just going in crazy directions,
And she's talking about getting old, and then it says not everybody does.
It's born like that. Yep, for sure. Well, and I like, instead of reading it digitally, I'm glad that I have the book, because there's some of those panels where if you looked at it digitally, it wouldn't be as immersive and impactful on just a tablet or a phone or something like that.
I love
the colors. Well,
and I was going to say that they give. I love the map that they're given by the monkey snitch, and it's like this basic, like, it looks like a map of early America or something. It's like, oh, you just go here. Oh, you just cross this river, and we're one turn away from the rocket ship forest. And he's like, well, you can't go by the map. And she's like, yes, we can. I'm like, no.
Oh man, I was gonna say also, it's not just I mean, BKV and Fiona are awesome, but I mean even the lettering, like the narrator, like Hazel's narration font is awesome for the book. It gives that storytelling aspect to it.
Well, even the robots, awesome. Even the robots lettering is different than Marcos and Alana.
Right. Yep. Absolutely. And I think Fiona I know definitely in this issue, but I want to say also in issues after this, she does the coloring as well, and those colors just pop.
Yeah,
off
they
the
do.
page.
Oh, yeah.
They're just
Yep.
gorgeous.
Yeah, all legs and just a head. Yep.
Yeah. All right, so I mean that's it. I mean all we can do is gush about it for
Yeah.
longer, right? So we'll get at some point we'll get current on it and then be able to kind of talk the new storylines and plot points and things like that.
Well, how many issues are current? Because I saw Volume 8 when I was at the comic book store yesterday.
That's the new one.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's the
I
new
should
one.
have bought all
Yeah.
of them then when I was there.
Yeah.
Man, I devour them the second they come out. I'm done.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
in
up
like
to
3
the current
days.
issue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
Love it.
Well, thanks for watching again, everybody. It's been Comically Gaming, episode 93. We'll see you all next week.
On the flip side.
Late.